It's 10 o'clock at night. Your body is tired, your eyes feel heavy, and your mind is still buzzing from the glow of your phone. You tell yourself you'll sleep in a minute. Just one more scroll, one more video, one more message. But something important is already happening inside you. Right now, your body is quietly preparing for the night. And the choices you made over the last hour are determining something most people never think about at all. Whether your metabolism will shift into fat-burning mode, or whether it will spend the entire night storing energy instead. Why fat loss is decided while you sleep. Most people believe fat loss is decided by what happens in the morning, by breakfast choices, or by how hard they push themselves in the gym. That's only part of the picture. What almost no one talks about is that the most powerful fat-burning phase of the entire day does not happen while you are awake. It happens while you are asleep. Specifically, it occurs during a narrow biological window late at night when your body enters its deepest stages of rest. This is when your metabolism resets, repairs tissues, and decides whether stored fat will finally be released. And what determines whether this process happens or fails is not willpower, not discipline, and not suffering, but a precise hormonal signal that either turns fat burning on or shuts it down completely. The hormone that controls nighttime fat burning. That signal is growth hormone. Growth hormone is not a muscle-building supplement or a fitness buzzword. It is a natural hormone your body releases every night during deep sleep. One of its most important roles is fat metabolism. When growth hormone rises, it tells fat cells to unlock stored energy, break it down, and release it into the bloodstream so your body can use it while you sleep. In simple terms, this is how you lose fat without effort, without movement, and without awareness. Why insulin blocks fat loss at night. But here is the part that changes everything. Growth hormone does not work alone, and it cannot function in the presence of high insulin. These two hormones oppose each other. When insulin levels are elevated, growth hormone release is suppressed. When insulin is low, growth hormone is free to rise. This means your body can be perfectly capable of burning fat, yet never receive the signal to do so. What happens inside your fat cells? Inside your fat cells are receptors that act like switches. When growth hormone binds to them, stored fat is broken down into usable fuel. Those fatty acids enter your bloodstream and are burned throughout the night to support basic metabolic needs. You wake up lighter not because you exercised, but because your biology finally did what it was designed to do. However, many people unknowingly block this entire process every single night. How late night eating shuts everything down. A small snack in the evening. A piece of fruit. A healthy bite before bed. Each of these raises blood sugar. Your pancreas responds by releasing insulin. And when insulin is present, your brain does not send the signal for growth hormone release. The metabolic switch never flips. Fat cells remain locked. The body stays in storage mode until morning. This is not a failure of discipline. This is not laziness. It is simply biology responding to the wrong signal. How the body is supposed to work at night. The good news is that the signal can be corrected. Your body releases growth hormone in pulses during the night, with the largest and most powerful surge occurring roughly 90 minutes after you enter deep sleep. This surge depends on three conditions being met at the same time. Insulin must be low, sleep must be deep and uninterrupted, and digestion must be complete. If even one of these conditions is disrupted, the entire fat-burning sequence weakens or disappears. Why modern life breaks the system? Modern life tends to disrupt all three at once. Late dinners, constant stimulation, bright screens, mental stress, and warm bedrooms keep the nervous system active when it should be winding down. The body never feels safe enough to shift into repair and fat release mode. The real solution is alignment, not effort. The solution is not extreme dieting. It is not hunger. It is not punishment. It is alignment. Step 1. Creating an insulin cutoff before sleep. The first step is creating a clear insulin cutoff before sleep. This means allowing enough time between your final meal and bedtime for insulin to return to baseline. For most people, this requires a minimum of 3 hours. Not 2, not close enough, but a full 3-hour buffer. This gives your metabolism time to finish digestion and shift away from storage. When this window is respected, the body does not panic. In fact, it relaxes. Digestion slows, the nervous system shifts toward recovery, and your metabolism transitions from processing food to accessing stored energy. This is not starvation. It is a natural metabolic handoff that the body expects. Why timing matters more than willpower. The timing matters. If you plan to sleep at 10, your final meal should end around 7. That simple boundary allows insulin to fall, growth hormones signaling to recover, and fat metabolism to activate during the night. Step 2. The right final meal composition. The second step is choosing the right composition for that final meal. Large insulin spikes late in the evening delay hormonal recovery even if you stop eating early. Meals dominated by refined carbohydrates or sugars tend to keep insulin elevated for hours. A final meal built around protein, healthy fats, and non-starchy vegetables creates a much steadier response. Insulin rises modestly, then falls predictably, allowing the overnight hormonal rhythm to proceed. Why eating smarter works better than eating less? This approach does not require eating less. It requires eating intelligently. A balanced final meal supports satiety, stabilizes blood sugar, and prevents late-night cravings that disrupt sleep. Chronic hunger raises stress hormones, which also interfere with growth hormone release. The goal is calm, not deprivation. Step 3. Protecting deep sleep. The third step is protecting deep sleep. Growth hormone is released almost exclusively during slow-wave sleep, the deepest phase of the sleep cycle. This stage only occurs when the nervous system feels safe and the brain receives clear signals that it is nighttime. Artificial light, especially blue light from screens, interferes with this process by suppressing melatonin, the hormone that initiates and stabilizes deep sleep. How light and temperature affect fat burning. Reducing screen exposure in the final hour before bed, lowering room temperature, and creating a consistent wind-down routine dramatically improves sleep depth. When deep sleep improves, growth hormone release becomes stronger and more reliable. When biology finally works in your favor, when these pieces align, the effect is measurable. Growth hormone levels rise, fat cells release stored energy, and the body performs overnight repair and metabolic cleanup exactly as it was designed to do. This is not a shortcut. It is not a trick. It is physiology working in your favor. The 1 hour that controls everything. When you stop blocking your body's natural nighttime processes, fat loss becomes quieter, steadier, and far more sustainable. The hour before sleep controls the entire night, and the night quietly shapes the next day. Respect that window. Support your biology. And let your body do the work while you rest. That is how real fat loss begins.